Welcome back to the dojo, y'all. Welcome back to the daily discussions. I'm your host, Professor Hawk, and I'm glad you could tune in. I'm glad you joined me. Today, I want to talk about the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. If you're new to the channel, thank you for stopping by. Appreciate you. Now, when I was younger, my father used to always say, the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. I heard the words, but I really had no true understanding of what that statement meant. When I started to get me a little bit of money, over the years, I had to pay my own bills, pay my rent, phone bill, car note, all these different things, right? I slowly began to realize what my father was saying. The rich get richer and the poor get poorer. Why is that though? Hawk Sensei, why is that? Why isn't it? Is really the question. Because think about it, if you had a whole bunch of money, and this whole bunch of money could make you more money, and then that whole bunch of money can influence people to give you more money, why would you ever give the money back? The rich get richer and the poor get poorer. Hawk Sensei, that don't make no sense what you just said. That's okay. Walk with me. I got you. So Pete, right? They talking about tariffs. I don't know a damn thing about no tariff. But I can tell you, before they started talking about tariffs, the cost of living was steadily increasing. Right? You're paying more and more for things. Inflation was the buzzword of yesteryear. Now it's tariffs. Now it's what everybody wants to talk about and include in their conversations and discussions when it comes about finance. Okay, sure, whatever. I don't know anything about it. I'm not really trying to do no digging. Somebody's going to come with the facts sooner or later. But when I talk about the rich get richer, I'm talking about how you're being nickeled and dimed for everything you want to indulge in. I know they said nothing's free in this world, but goddamn it, you gotta pay for everything, and everything is expensive. So look at it like this, right? When we first got internet, it was way more expensive than it is now. Yes. When we first got cell phones, they were way more expensive than they are now. It was more difficult to acquire these things that we take for granted nowadays, right? The price may have decreased overall, but the amount of things you are paying for in that phone have increased drastically. All of these subscription services, all of these apps that you pay to use, free to play games with microtransactions, season passes, Disney Plus, Netflix, Hulu, everything. Tolls for bridges, tolls for tunnels. You gotta pay gas if you wanna drive your car anywhere. You gotta pay for insurance. You gotta make the payments if you took out a loan. Same thing for a house. You gotta make the payments. You are being nickeled and dimed every single which way. But not only that, you're also priced out of things. Meaning you can't afford to purchase a house on your yearly salary. You have to take out a loan, money that you don't have. You have to borrow money from somewhere else. The rich get richer. And when you borrow money, you're borrowing this money at interest. Meaning, if you borrow $100 from me, and I tell you, you know that you're borrowing this at 20% interest, right? You like, yeah, sure. And I say, okay. You walk away, come back, like, all right, I got your money. You hand me $100. I told you, bro, it was 20% interest. You owe me $20. Hold on, wait, what you talking about? Because I gave you this money, right? And before I gave you this money, I told you that I'm giving you this money at a cost. That's what interest means. I'm going to give you this, but you got to give it back to me and then some. So when you take out a loan on a house or a car, there's going to be interest attached on top of the loan. The rich get richer. The person who holds all the money gives you some, and you got to pay back more. The rich get richer. Every single thing that you want to indulge in, you have to spend money. And the cost of each of these things are increasing year by year. The rich get richer. And the poor get poorer. Have you noticed now that you've become a lot better with budgeting and managing your money? And it's not by choice. It's because you have to figure out how to do this to survive. The price of everything is only increasing more and more. So once all the poor people are priced out, right, it's just going to be the rich, the super rich, the ultra rich, and the omega rich. It's going to now be tiers of richness, right? But then that's going to be broken apart because all the serfs and poor people, they're either dead or surviving off the land or the wilderness somewhere. And now the only people who are in the system of money is all the people who have it. And the people who have more of it at the top are going to siphon all the money from below and pull the ladder up. And now the cycle's going to continue until the snake eats itself. What do they call it? The Ouroboros snake? The world snake or whatever, that, you know what I mean? The snake that eats itself. Self-destroying prophecy. So yeah, it's today it's us, the poor people, the people at the bottom. But once we're gone, it's just going to be the rich people eating each other, cannibalizing each other, to keep this capitalist game going on. I used to think that we all had a chance. I used to think that we all could get rich. But you can only get rich if people want you to get rich. You can only get rich if somebody's rich allow you to become rich. The game is rigged because all the people who hold these dollars, they making the rules. And the rules say if you ain't got no dollars, you don't get no say. So for all the people who got all the dollars, they know how to throw out a couple of dollars and get more back. Because they're loaning money. They're scamming people. They're taking advantage of people not knowing any better. Business is warfare. And this is why the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. You gotta have money to play. And if you can't play the game, then it means that you're the one getting played. And go ahead and play ball. Because no matter what you do, if it's not meant for you to be rich, you're not going to get there. So what I say is, man, go ahead and hang that up. Go ahead and hang that up. Throw that away. If you don't just get lucky, if somebody don't want to just reach their hand out, bless you, or give you opportunity, stop worrying about being rich. It's not meant for everybody to be rich. And the way things are going, I think the amount of rich people are going to slowly start to decline. Maybe all the poor people go first, or all the rich people slowly get pushed down to where we at until everybody's broke. But either way, it's all gonna come crashing down at some point. So before all that happens, like I always tell y'all, the key is to enjoy life the best way that you can. Don't worry about what everybody else doing. Don't worry if the media is going to hit or the tariffs is going to smack you or whatever. You can think far into the future if you wish. But none of us really know what's going to happen. So what I say from time to time, I will say again once more. Just enjoy your life, man. You only get one of these. Just enjoy your life. With that being said, Professor Hawk signing out. Hawk Sensei, bid you adieu. Hope you're waking up every day with a plan, a purpose, and a smile. And if you're not waking up with a plan, a purpose, and a smile, hey, at least you're waking up. Till next time, guys. Class is dismissed.